Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video we are going to see all parts of speech. So one of the first component of grammar we all learn in school is the parts of speech. The parts of speech are noun, pronoun, verb, adjectives, adverb, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections are the parts of speech. Our favorites have always been the noun and verb as they are not only easy to remember but also the essential part of a clause or a sentence in English. So the definition ahead gives an idea on the function of different parts of speech. So let's start it each one in detail. So now let us see noun. We heard from our childhood that noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. It is true, but we can further describe noun. Noun can be classified into two things. The very first is concrete noun and the second is abstract noun. So in English, concrete nouns are people, place or things including animals that you can see, smell, taste, hear or touch. So you can basically use your five senses. Let's take example. If you talk about people, you could say a man, a teacher or me, Nisa. Or if you talk about places, you could say a house, school, or you can name a city like London. If you talk about things, you could say a shoe, a pen, chair, or if you talk about the animal or food like pizza, these all come under concrete nouns. Now let us see what are abstract nouns. Abstract nouns, unlike the concrete nouns, they are ideas, concepts, emotions, and we can't see an idea or hear it or touch it. You can't smell a concept, you can't taste an emotion. So they are nouns. They are the things that exist, but you cannot see them or taste them. You can't use your five senses, but you can feel them. Let's take example. We could talk about love or time, religion, rules, luck, nature, attitude, behavior, justice. These all are abstract nouns. Now let us see another parts of speech, that is pronoun. Generally we all know that I, you, we, they, he, she and it, all these all are pronoun. It is true, but it has two conditions. And the conditions are sometime we know the person and sometime we don't know. So at that time what we use, when we know the person, we use the words like he, she, I, you, we, they and it. And when we don't know the name or in some condition we can't say the name, so we use the words in place of a noun like who, whom, someone, anyone, anybody, and all, each, either, none, etc. So it must be a pronoun. So now here if we take the example like I'm a lecturer, I'm an Indian, we are Indian. So here we know the person, that's why we are using I, means I'm talking about myself. If we say we are Indian, so in the we the word we have used in here because we can't say all the names of a person. So we generally say the term we instead of a noun. And here if we say, when we don't know the person, we say who did this. So you can say Nisa did here. So the word who take place in the place of a noun. So basically the name which we can describe in place of a noun are called pronoun. See the another part of speech, that is adjective. Adjective is a word used to describe a noun or pronoun, means which is adding something in a noun and pronoun. And what it adds? Adjective shows the quality and quantity of a noun. Let's take one example. Few boys are playing in the ground and they were good. So here you can see few, which means showing the quantity of boys, and good means we're showing the pronoun's quality. They is a pronoun and this quality is showing by good, that is adjective. Some other examples of adjectives are good, beautiful, honest, rich, few, little, a little, etc. So these all are adjectives. Now let us see another parts of speech, that is verb, which is the most important topic in English. By learning noun, pronoun, adjective and article, we can make only subject and object of a sentence. Means if I can see a thing, I could name it as chair or pen. That's come under concrete noun. If I don't know the name, I can place a pronoun there. and by placing adjective and articles we can show quantity and quality of a noun. So by learning these four topics, that is noun, pronoun, adjective and articles, we only learn how to make a word, not a sentence. It can be the part of a sentence, either subject or object. So no sentence can be formed without a verb. Let us see the structure of a sentence. So the structure of a sentence is subject. Wait a minute. So the structure of a sentence is subject plus verb plus object. So no sentence can be formed without a definite verb, means which can be changed according to the subject and tense. So verbs are very important to learn a language. If you are good in verbs, you can get a command in voice and narration. Voice and narration totally depends on verbs only, because all in all you have to change the verbs here. Like example, if we say active voice, he invited me. If we change it into passive, I was invited by him. So here you can see we are changing only the verb, not subject and object of a sentence. So what is the definition of verb? Our common answer is verb is an action word. It is correct but incomplete. Like in noun, I taught you that the things which we can see and touch come under concrete nouns, and apart from this which come under abstract noun. So verb also is not only an action word, it shows a state as well. So verbs can be classified into two, that is action and state. So sometimes it shows action and sometimes not. Even though it's not showing action, it is still a verb, that is called state. Let's see some examples. The girls are playing. She is dancing. Here you can see action. Some action is performing here. But here I am fine. Delhi is the capital. Any action? No action. But it is still a verb. This is called a state. So the general description of verb is not only show action but state as well. If we talk about types of verbs, there are two types of verbs. Let us see each one. There are main verbs and auxiliary verbs that can be categorized into two variations. First is auxiliary verb. They can be categorized into two types, modal auxiliary and primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary is main, which consists be, do, have forms. And in modal verbs can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, etc. Now if we see the main verbs, which shows the action verbs. Main verbs are our action words sometimes, and it can be classified into transitive and intransitive. So there are 20 to 25 types of verbs in English. They are principal verbs, lexical verbs, auxiliary verbs or helping verbs, finite verbs, non-finite verbs, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, stative verbs, dynamic verbs, regular and irregular verbs, weak verbs and strong verbs, copulating verbs, linking verbs, and so on. We'll see each one in verbs chapter in detail. Now let us see another parts of speech, that is adverb. Adverb describe a verb, and apart from this it has many other works. We will see in details in adverb chapter. However, an adverb will modify the meaning of verb. It also modify the meaning of the adjective, preposition, conjunction, and even adverbs modify the meaning of adverb also. And last but not the least, adverb can change the meaning of the whole sentence. So adverbs modify all the parts of speech except noun, pronoun, and interjection. Let's take some examples. She drives a car very fast. So here you can see adverb describing a verb. How is she driving? Fast or slow? Now let us see second example. You write very neatly. So here you can see neatly, it is which is an adverb which is describing the write, that is verb. So here you can see the adverbs which are describing the verbs. Now let us see another parts of speech, that is prepositions. Prepositions that gives us information about the place, location or position of a noun or pronoun in relation to something else are called prepositions of place. Let's take some examples. I am at home. He is in the garden. So here you can see the words which are underlined with showing the positions are called preposition. Some other examples like in, at, on, above, under, in front, beside, behind, etc. These all are preposition. We will see in detail in preposition chapter. Now let us see conjunction. Usually we all know it's a joining word. We can take the example of railway junction here because they can connect from other stations. Or we can say in physics the sum of incoming current is to the sum of outgoing current. That is also called a junction, right? So in the same way we also have junction in English, which is called conjunction, to whom it is joined. So we join the phrases, clauses, words, and even whole sentence. We can join by the help of conjunction. Let's take some examples. I like mango and watermelon. So here you can see this is and, it is a conjunction. So we are adding two words, that is mango and watermelon, with the help of and. Next sentence, I was late because the train was late. So here because is joining the two sentences. The next example is I invited her but she did not come. Neither you nor your brother is guilty. So these are the examples of conjunction. Now let us see the last parts of speech, that is interjections. Interjection shows our feelings and expressions like oh, bravo, alas, hooray, etc. It doesn't show any noun, pronoun, adjective or verb, but it shows feelings and emotions. Now let us see features of each parts of speech. Let us see first noun. So noun, the word which basically sense either by seeing, touching, hearing, smelling or tasting. These are called concrete nouns. And some nouns can't sense but feel. They are the ideas, concept and emotions are called abstract noun. Now let us see pronoun. The words which can be used in place of a noun are called pronoun. Adjective, the words which shows quality and quantity or in general add meaning to noun or pronoun are called adjectives. Verbs, sometimes they express action and sometimes a state as well. Adverbs can modify all the parts of the speech except noun, pronoun and interjections. Preposition, which define the position of the subject. Conjunction are the joining terms of words and sentences, and interjections shows our feelings and expressions. So this is all about introduction of parts of speech. I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.